If you're looking for a hadith to motivate you this Ramadan to engage in the recitation of the Qur'an or to improve your memorization and hifz of the Qur'an, perhaps because your memory of the Qur'an has become slightly weak, then I've got the perfect hadith for you. Once the Prophet ﷺ sent out a group of Sahaba on a campaign, and he asked each one, ماذا معك من القرآن? How much of the Qur'an have you memorized? He asked each one until he came to a person who was apparently actually the youngest one from amongst them. He said, معي كذا وكذا وسورة البقرة. I've memorized this surah and that surah, and I've also memorized Surah Al-Baqarah. The Prophet ﷺ looked at him and said, معك سورة البقرة. You've memorized Surah Al-Baqarah? He says, yes. He says, اذهب فأنت أميرهم. Go, for indeed you are going to be the leader of this nation. Another person who was around that vicinity, he heard this statement of the Prophet ﷺ that he has made the leader the one who has memorized Surah Al-Baqarah. And so he said to the Prophet ﷺ, Ya Rasulullah, ما منعني أن أتعلم القرآن إلا خشية أن لا أقوم به. O Prophet of Allah, nothing is stopping me from memorizing the Qur'an except for the fear that I may memorize it and then I don't actually practice upon the Qur'an itself in my life. I don't bring the Qur'an into practice. When the Prophet ﷺ heard this, he said, تعلم القرآن وارقد فإن مثل القرآن لمن تعلمه فقرأه وقام به كمثل جراب محشو مسكا يفوح ريحه على كل مكان ومن تعلمه ورقد وهو في جوفه كمثل جراب أوكئ على مسك. The Prophet ﷺ said, memorize the Qur'an and just keep it in your heart, sleep with it. For indeed the one who memorizes the Qur'an and then practices upon it, he is like a bag of musk which it's releasing its musk and fragrance upon every single place. And the person who has memorized the Qur'an but he does not yet practice upon it is still like a container of musk that has not yet been opened and is not spreading its fragrance everywhere. So the idea from this hadith is, even if you just memorize the Qur'an and you're still not yet fully practicing upon it, because we're all working on that, you are still a container full of musk.